So we've entitled it Gold Mining, Eastern HRM. The Eastern Shore is in HRM, it's part of the city. Are our communities and our wilderness at risk? So here's what you need to know. There's going to be a lot of information, I want to say. There's a lot of material. And what I would ask you to look for is, what are the questions that you would like answered? It's hard to take it all in at once. We've had almost a year. And there may be one area that is more interesting to you than others, so I would just encourage you to focus on that. Before we even start with the basics, even more basic is the notion of the precautionary principle. The precautionary principle says that when an action or a policy might be risky, might do permanent damage to people or the environment, and there's no scientific consensus that it won't be damaging to people or the environment, then it is up to the proponent, the person who wants to do the action, to prove that it is safe. This is known as the don't run with scissors principle. Every parent wishes that their kids would abide by that principle, right? Why not run with scissors? Why not play with matches? Because something might happen. And things have happened enough times in the course of history that it is predictable that at some point or other something not very good is going to happen. That is the principle that we would like used in reviewing, in environmental review of the upcoming mining projects. This is where we live. Welcome to our neighborhood. It's a beautiful spot. This, where we live, there's a lot of wilderness, and wilderness provides us with a great many ecosystem services, primarily clean water and clean air. It provides us with wildlife. We have relatively intact wildlife habitat, provides us with beauty, with deep silence, a lot of recreational opportunities, hunting, fishing, canoeing, and kayaking. This is what we have, and this is also what we have to lose. You see way up there where it says Moose River Gold Mine in the red? Yeah. Okay. This is Ship Harbor. This is Musquodoboit Harbor. Way over here is Dartmouth. We're still in HRM. The green pieces are the Whites Lake Wilderness Area and the Tangier Grand Wilderness Area. The yellow piece is our celebration of 2007. The Ship Harbor Long Lake Wilderness Area is now a candidate wilderness area, final boundaries to be fixed by the end of 2008. So you can see that the mine site is just to the north of Ship Harbor Long Lake, and Ship Harbor Long Lake runs to the east. And this is the Fish River watershed. And you can see how the water runs. Okay, it goes into Scraggy Lake, and then all the way up here and down into Ship Harbor Long Lake and into Lake Charlotte, and all the way down actually to Ship Harbor and to the ocean. So you'll be able to put in a canoe or a kayak somewhere in Ship Harbor Long Lake and go all the way down to the sea. You in the canoe and all of the contaminants and the pollution from the effluent of the gold mine as well. This is one of our major concerns. Now, when these three wilderness areas are put together, they make up an area approximately the size of Keji, but with 3 times as many lakes and rivers. This is the opportunity for the Eastern Shore to celebrate and expand its ecotourism potential. There are a lot of jobs associated with protected wilderness areas. And that's what we think we should be focusing on instead. And this is the Fish River, from the Fish River Bridge. It's beautiful. And this is as part of the mainland province of Nova Scotia, with all of the gold mine potential on it. So the Tukoi gold deposits, that's Moose River. Caribou, JV is joint venture, Caribou Mines. This is from the Atlantic Gold website. Atlantic Gold is the parent company of DDV Gold. We'll get to that. You can see how many of, how much of the province there are little gold deposits. They're in Cochrane Hill, they're in Miller Lake. I can't remember if they're still in Wine Harbor or not. There are a lot of joint ventures as well. Gold Lake, Lake Charlotte, Mooseland, Tangier. If all of those little deposits were developed, the entire Eastern Shore would become essentially a sacrifice zone, a large industrial wasteland. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the lifespan of the proposed Moose River gold mine. The construction would be a year. The mining, milling, and smelting, it would be in operation for about 5 years. Decommissioning, reclamation, and cleanup would be 2 years to a number of decades. And then, like any good graveyard, this would need perpetual care. DDV Gold is a wholly owned subsidiary of Atlantic Gold, which is an Australian company traded on the Australian Stock Exchange. They came to Canada, I believe, at the invitation of the Department of Natural Resources. We did ask them at one point in exasperation, how did you find us? You know, we're not very big, and there's not much gold here. Oh, it was DNR. They invited us to come. What are their plans? Their plans are to develop the Tukoi gold deposits at Moose River, and then to move on. They're involved in the joint venture in Caribou, and the largest deposit is at Moose River, but it's dispersed in the ground. It's not a vein of gold. It takes a lot of, you have to move a lot of ground to get a little bit of gold, and that's why it's open pit. And this is the largest deposit. All the others are smaller, but the amount of disruption will be quite a lot.